Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 31 of Direwolf20's OmniFactory Let's Play series. Today, I'm kind of thinking about how I want to organize my basement a little bit better. I'm trying really hard to stay ahead of all the different craftings and all the different automations that we're going to need to get into. And I feel like my base is already getting a little bit of a sloppy organic growth to it, right? So I think what I want to do today, I knocked out a few quests between episodes, right? So I got canola oil going on and a few other things. I'm just going to go ahead and toss that in there as a reminder that I have it. We'll see what the deal is. I get the impression that I can either go power gen with canola oil or with diesel, right? And I'm going to want to play with both of these paths and see what it leads to in mid-game. But before we go too deep into that, I want to make sure my base is kind of organized properly. And for that, we're going to want to have a couple more sections for automation. Right? So I think what I'm going to do is rearrange some of this today and organize it in such a way that I can feel better about our situation with regards to setting stuff up, right? So back here, we clearly have almost entirely a low voltage line, except for like one or two medium voltage machines, right? And they're taking care of some very specific tasks for us, which is great. It's doing a wonderful job. Loving it. I'm thinking we might want to toss in a few HV machines for automation at some point, though. I also made one quick change. I ran out of polyethylene between episodes. So what I did was, instead of import busing the solidifier, right, I've got this fully automated now where I did the export of oxygen. So he's producing polyethylene for us and doing a fine job of it, right? And then the basic fluid solidifier has all the polyethylene backstuffed. Whenever I use some polyethylene in my system by way of crafting circuits, it'll pull out of this block using the storage bus, right? And the storage bus, you can see it's only allowed to interact with polyethylene and it's only allowed to extract it. So there's no accidentally inserting it, which I don't think would be possible, but we'll see. With that said, it means that I'll always have 64 polyethylene available, right? And we shouldn't have to worry about that ever again. The problem was I was also using this for polyvinyl chloride, which we have a bunch of, probably backstuffed, like from when we made a couple episodes ago, right? Like, how are we for polyvinyl ethyl chloride? Yeah, we have 269 of them. So here's what I'm thinking. Once those run out, I will go ahead and add to the basic solidifier the same setup here, right? Now, this guy's different because he needs salt in order to make his chlorine. But maybe we'll find a better way to make chlorine at some point. Or maybe we'll just automate salt. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But for now, it's going pretty well. Also did a bunch of mine in between episodes. You can see I'm processing. I went and found some tetrahydride, which is antimony, right? Which is what we need to make antimony ingots, which is the alloy smeltery recipe that I just taught my AE system how to make soldering alloy. I wasn't going to do this just yet, but now I ran into some things that need soldering alloy for automation. So I'm thinking what I'll do is maybe, I think soldering alloy replaces all recipes for tin, right? So if we went up here, right, and we looked at anything that has tin in it, typically, in fact, it would probably be easier to look at this, right? Looking at this stuff, most of these guys say like and a tin ingot, right? Like these guys specifically, one tin ingot, one tin ingot, one tin ingot, right? So if we look at those processors and we also look at these, none of these needed tin ingots, right? But definitely these guys, right? So if we look at our circuits, our tier 1 circuits and all that, right? Electronic circuit, tier 1, that guy can either be made with tin or the exact same recipe with soldering alloy. And same here, electronic circuit, or soldering alloy, right? And it uses half as much. Now, the problem is we'd either have to double this recipe to make it behave, or we could just have soldering alloy in there all the time, which is what I think I'm going to do. So instead of having to do this complicated mess of routing soldering alloy in here, because if we look at this guy on the down, do you have a filter in you? Yeah, the only thing I got going in there is tin alloy and polyethylene sheets. Oh, that's right. I need those for what now? For liquid polyethylene? Yeah, I need that for something in the assembler, right? Which recipe is that? It's for the SMD transistors, right? So those guys all need polyethylene sheets. That's good to know. So I could have 2 of these set up, and that's probably what I'll wind up doing. I'll set up 2 advanced assemblers, one that always keeps soldering alloy in it, and one that always keeps polyethylene in it. Does that sound like a good idea? So I'm trying to expand my machines. Like Extruders, another example, right? We have a bunch of Extruders. We have a bunch of precision laser engravers. We might need a third one eventually, right? So I want to kind of be prepared for all the crafting we're going to need to do in the long run, because a lot of these machines will continue making all kinds of different gears for us. So if I set this up now, then in the future when I have like way more auto crafting that needs to happen, I can easily just say, oh yeah, I've got an extruder for that, or oh yeah, I've got an advanced assembly machine for that. And also, as we expand these systems down here, I'm going to have more room because I'm going to expand them out horizontally rather than vertically. So rather than just running it along the wall, I'll run it across the floorboard in rows. So I've got some ideas on how that's going to work. So I want to start working on that today. So let's start with rearranging a little bit of what we've got going on. So like right now, I've got this MVCEF up here. And he's, you know, powering some of the machines up there. I might want to move him down. Though he's definitely running some wonky cabling all over the place because dire wire. Right. I should consider maybe another MVCEF or two. Like, how hard are you to make more of? Not terrible at all. That should be fine. I should be able to knock out a couple more of those. Like, to the point where I might almost want to autocraft them. Because the other thing is that Ender IO conduits are way, way, way cheaper by comparison than energetic alloy cables, right? Because these have way more requirements to them in terms of making stuff, right? So rather than having these cables running all over the base, we should really have MVCEFs in multiple spots. I should have more than one of them with vibrant alloys connected into them. The other thing we want to keep in mind is that each one of these machines draws an amp, right? And an MVCEF of this kind only supplies 4 amps. We could always use this one, right? But then we would need 16x cable instead of 4x cable, which is 4 times as expensive. So we have to keep in mind, like, you know, how do we want to do that? I haven't really run into that problem with these machines just yet because, like, they don't often all run at the same time, and when they do, they usually quickly knock out what they're doing and shut down. These machines I've run into that problem with, right? Like if I tried to run some salt right now, these machines would struggle a little bit because these ones down here are all running, right? So that's something to keep in mind. So I think what I'm going to do is have maybe a handful of those MVCEF dudes. And I don't even know if we need batteries in them, to be fair. We may not. So maybe I want to teach you how to make MVCEFs, or maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Do you think that's something I should do at this point? I mean, we have energetic alloys. We can make... Give me like 30 more of them cooking, would you? Because we're going to probably want to get some. So let's do this. I'll come back in a few minutes here once I'm ready to rearrange some stuff downstairs. Also keeping in mind that by doing this properly, I can start solving this problem, which is we have a lot of recipes. We have a lot of recipes that we need to support, right? So this will also solve that kind of like, how am I going to deal with this dire wiry mess that I made back there? So organizational, that's the name of the game today. All right, so let's do some experimenting. What do you guys think? Does that sound like a plan? Yes. So I think what I'll probably want is a handful of machines that might... I don't know if I want to like organize them in any structural way or just kind of have rows, right? Like the extruders, I could see them all being one row, right? But the other ones, I don't know. So what I'm thinking I'll do, right? Let's start with some 4x energetic alloy cables running along here, right? And then we'll start with just restructuring these machines a little bit, right? And hopefully that should be cool, right? Good deal. You're probably all going into here because, okay, that works, right? Furnace, mixer, right? So we could have just like our mixer and our furnace, right? And then we could have our interfaces. And you can see I'm ready to go with a few extras, right? And then our mixer gets this dude and our furnace gets these dudes. Simple enough? Seems cool. Now the other thing we could do is make sure that you, MVCEF, are like here, right? Now, you guys, in theory, have energy, but I want to break you so that you lose it, so that we can validate that we don't actually need batteries in these dudes, right? And this is rapidly going to become an annoyance for me, so we're going to get rid of it. All right, so you and you should now have no energy going on, right? Correct. Correct. But if I hook up a vibrant right here, which shouldn't be a problem. And I should probably make a few more of these. Can I make more of these? Yeah, buddy. Get cooking now, because it'll take a minute. You should be getting power. Nice. So the batteries are not necessary inside the CEF. It's a nice to have, because it means that they'll store extra buffer of power, but it's not strictly needed. And I like that. Now we have a lot of energy flowing out, probably because this dude's running up there, and a few other things are cooking right now. Like, we definitely have this thing processing a bunch of stuff for us, and he's HV, remember. But that's fine, right? Now what I'm going to do is just try and like separate some things out, right? And I think that'll be cool. So things like the advanced compressor. Why do you not have... Oh, right, because you have that thing going on. Right. So I want to do actually two things here. I want to rearrange two things. Check this out. If I set this dude to output, right, that's neat. And he'll automatically output to the back, right? But there's another step to this that I want to do. If we put this dude here, actually no, don't put those in yet, because I have a screwdriver here. If I right-click this back, allow input from output side. That's how you get it. I spent a little time between episodes figuring this out, and how this all works. Now you can also stick conveyor belts and robotic arms on these things to do even fancier bits of automation, but for now that's going to be cool. Right, so what we're going to have is basically all the machines running here, and we can skip the item conduits in the back because it'll auto output to the back. So let's validate this by requesting, I don't know, like 10 sand into glass or something, right? Shouldn't you? Did I not? Oh, right, because you don't have that should be cool. We'll de-direwire that in a sec. Okay. So you should be smelting and spitting the item right into the back and having it suck into the AE system. And the fact that this guy is saying crafting is complete means that that's 100% working. So that's cool, right? So that's basically what we're going to do. And then we're going to have probably another line here of all the stuff that we need. And you know what I would love to have is... I think it's about time we make a feral flare lantern, right? We should be able to pull that off. That should be trivially easy and just something I should have done a million years ago and never really got around to. So I think that does a 3x3 chunk area, right? So we want to light up this area. We don't need to light up that chunk over there. So I want to put that in here, right? So I think right there should be fine. So now we should theoretically not need these torches all over the place, but we'll see what happens. Because that always just irks me when there's torches everywhere. Right, and we should be getting lights showing up, right? And that should be cool. And theoretically, we shouldn't need that guy that much anymore. See, look, it just lit up the area. Good job, Feral Flare. And then we'll just keep an eye on stuff. Look at this giant mess of torches I got everywhere. See, I definitely spent some time like wrapping my head around all the things in this pack, and now I'm taking a break to clean it up and make it right. And I hope that's something you guys are going to appreciate here. Also, I decided it's about time I got myself a Flux Bore, because it's about time I got myself a Flux Bore. Yay! And then we don't have to worry about power or remaking stuff or whatever, right? So, all right, so slight cleanup of mess, right? Clearly a little bit more mess to clean up here. So what else do we want in this line? We could probably throw our wire mill, right? And that's going to be my first example of we need multiples of these dudes, right? So the wire mill is going to chill here, and he's going to get 2 interfaces, right? And I should probably turn this on because this is going to be a giant mess, right? But this is plates, this is wires, right? Holy cow, what a mess. Why did I do this? I don't know. Yay, yay, yay for that. Okay, so you're no longer going to be the thing, right? You're going to come over here, and we're going to have our... That's the extruder. Where'd my wire mill go? Did it go in here? Nope. I assumed I pick up my wire mill. Am I crazy? Did I not pick up the wire mill? Wire mill? Psst, where you at, wire mill? CF extruder. Hello, wire mill. Oh, there. Ah, derp. Dyer, please. Cool. So you're going to be like this. Okay, wire mill. And then you're going to get all the wire mill recipes. How cool is that? Okay. Now, that's going to be a lot of things. So let's just be prepared, right? I don't know what any of these things look like. I think I might try and organize this a little bit. I just put my interfaces away, didn't I? That's okay. So you are this, this, and this. You can tell because they don't render, and you're this and this. Now, this might not work out perfectly, but we'll find out. It does not. So close. So close. Now, here's the deal. What I'm going to do is if I need another... I probably will need another one eventually, right? Like, there's going to be another wire mill that we're going to need here. That's what I'm going to do is I'm going to place another wire mill here with two interfaces behind, in front and behind, right? But let's also not forget the thing that I did forget to do, which is set this to output and set this to do that. Allow output from input side. Cool. Why ain't that thing done its thing of lighting up the area yet over there? I might have to give it a little help. We'll see. Okay. So you go back there, because we do want that auto input thing, right? And then we can put you guys all back where you belong. Right? So slightly more organized than it was before. Not perfect. Not perfect, but we're making progress, right? So that's going to be cool. What else we got? A lathe and an extruder. So the extruders I might wind up having down this line, right? So that's probably what I'm going to do. So let's move the lathe. Okay, because that guy can just chill here. Okay, and you. And I don't think I need this crate anymore. So let's put him away. And anything else I don't need on me would be great to get rid of at the moment. Yeah, it should be good. I don't think I need my rubber hammer or my axe, and I shouldn't need an excavator anymore, because my Flux Bore can do both. I shouldn't need a hammer anymore either, which is a nice also benefit of making the Flux Bore. All right, so you're going to chill here, right? And you're going to get all your recipes that we've got so far going on, right? So we can basically say each machine, we're going to have 18 recipes available for it, and as we need more, we'll just make more, right? So if I need another advanced wire mill, which I'm just going to go ahead and say I am, right? So advanced wire mill, the MV version of you, right? So that needs 4 electric motors and 2 copper cables. Do I already have copper cables? I'll be shocked. I never have copper cables. No, I don't. You're missing rubber? Probably because I broke automation somewhere. What did I break? That's right. I disconnected you guys. Let's reconnect you for a sec. That'll at least let the compressor go and run again, because we need to. We're gonna have to do compressor next, right? Wire mill. That's gonna be you, right? So motor times 4. You're missing magnetic steel rods. Also broke wiring. That's why. You will bring magnetic steel rods back. Cool. And then copper cable times 10. And then it shouldn't be too bad to get our advanced wire mill, right? So you guys should be cooking, cooking, cooking. I'm assuming your crafting is working over there, buddy, but maybe not. I might have broken something. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I don't have you going back into an interface for now. That should be fixed. Everybody else good? No, nothing's going back into an interface because Dyer's a derp. I totally broke all the auto craftings down here. You should be, all these guys were what? Extracting on green. So let's just throw an item duct here. That will be insert on green. And that should allow everything to complete their crafts. Right? You would think. Tries to craft things in the middle of destroying his auto-crafting system. Good job, Direwolf. Go ahead, just insert stuff. You should be fine. You can be cool doing that, right? This is why we're cleaning everything up, though, right, dudes? In fact, didn't we move the lathe already? Or no? Yeah, we did. So yeah, you should be cool, buddy. Oh wait, I might know what happened. Did I forget to hit this with a screwdriver? I did. I keep forgetting that part. That's why it's important to do that, though. Otherwise, it's not allowed to insert from over there. Now we're cooking. Yay! Fixed. See? You gotta remember that step. It's important. Cool. And now we just need an MV machine hull, which should be a nice and quick craft, right? And look, all the auto crafting is kicking in. Isn't that cool? I love it. It's immediately available to do all the things, and then ta-da! So good. So good. So at some point we might upgrade some of this stuff to HV, right? We might. I don't know. We'll find out. But for now, you've just got a little bit more aluminum plate. I should do like aluminum plates keep in stock. I don't know, maybe. We'll see. I don't want to have like too much stuff in that keep in stock system, but it's also working really well with my circuits. So I kind of do. But let's get, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you two next to each other for organizational reasons. So the wire mill there can sit. Are you actually running, or is that just a ghost thing? Right, so you'll sit there. We want both of these dudes to do the orange thing so we don't forget, right? And then we can boop boop, and then you get these recipes and you're ready for when it's time to make more wire recipes. Cool? I think that's fair. Nice. Now for the extruder, what I'm thinking is we don't need this here. What we do is we have another CEFMV and another one of these dudes, right? And now you're able to power this line of machines, which I know is like a lot of energetic cables, right? So, but as we clean up the line there, we should be cool with the amount of energetic cables we got going on. So what I'm going to do here is this is going to be the extruders, right? So we have to get rid of the advanced compressor here. I don't want that here. I want to move you to and move your recipes. Especially because the advanced compressor is another one that we have a lot of, right? So we'll pop that dude there. You also have a lot of recipes. Yay for magnets, right? So you need to be the screwdriver guy. You're going to be on output, and you're going to allow input from output side. And you're going to get 2 of these, and then the cabling is also going to be behind. So I'm always just going to do that when necessary. And it's not super important to do this right, so I want to make sure that, I think I threw a pattern in by mistake, though. I did. Cool, right? And then we'll probably eventually have another one of those dudes there. Cool. Now for the extruders, right, I want to get ready for this guy. Okay, so the extruder I've got 5 of, right? Because we definitely have to have a lot of, right? So you're all going to be set to the same thing. And then also allow input from output side. Cool. Good deal. Okay, now we're gonna have a bunch of shapes here. I don't know if the extruder shape from bolt is necessary, so I'm gonna hold off on that. But my small gears recipe, that totally needs to fit, right? But then we're also gonna have large gears. We're gonna have pipes, which is what's used for, I'm gonna put you guys there because I'm pretty sure that's how it's supposed to go. The pipes are used for like these dudes, which we needed for or some things, and it also is used for, there's a medium pipe, I thought there was a medium pipe. That might be what I want my next one to be. Ring is used for these dudes, which is super useful for this stuff, right? And then there's a medium pipe, isn't there? For these guys, we need a normal pipe. That's what it's called. So I'm gonna want another one of you dudes. So give me some more steel plates. Wrought iron hammer and file, and I want this guy ready. And then the steel plates should be cooking. And you're gonna be in the bottom. Cool. So what I'll probably do is, if this guy is our large pipe, then you're gonna be our normal pipe, and then you can be this dude. Cool. So now we've got all these guys organized in an intelligible way. Nice. Cool, right? Getting there. Getting there. Okay. So, that has that cooking. How badly did I break my crafting system? Can I ask for a couple more interfaces? Missing aluminum and flux dust and magnetic steel rods and small aluminum gears and MV machine casings. Right. I totally broke something. I think you're not connected here at the moment. That's probably the main problem. So let's get some conduiting in place for the time being, right? So we're gonna have to like figure out conduiting in a smart way, but that should get almost everybody back to life, right? I can get 5 more, but I'm still missing magnetic steel rods and small aluminum gears and MV machine casings, which has me really confused because that shouldn't be too broken. Oh, you know what? I know. That should get us back up and running. Now we're cool. We're just shy a little bit of aluminum, which we are frequently low on. Holy cow. I mean, I've got some aluminum dust, but I've been processing aluminum like nobody's business. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go find another aluminum vein real quick. You can see I've been doing a lot of scanner-related stuff between episodes, right? Aluminum, I should have, boom, you. Now, I know there's some, like, right under here, but I've mined a lot of that. So there's not quite as much left as you think. So what I'd like to do is go out in the world and find another one, and then throw that guy right on top of it. Yeah, no, I know there's some back there. I don't want that one. That one's already been almost completely drained. Where are you at, aluminum? There's a little bit over here, it looks like. How much we got down there, you think? Pretty good. So if I slapped you right here, that looks nice and centered, right? Does that sound cool? Nice. This was meant to pick up a bunch of uranium for me, and he didn't do the greatest of jobs. He didn't do a terrible job. He just didn't do as great a job as I'd hoped he would. I'm going to leave that there and come back for a minute. I want to kick this off. So, chunk borders. Yeah, this will be it. So let's claim this chunk that I'm in. Let's set up our this thing. Let's set up our this thing. Let's set up our 1, 2, 3 thing. Let's reset this guy so he starts mining at the proper positioning. And then we'll pop this dude with our item ducts. Nice. Okay. So he should cook, right? And you're set to output on that side? Perfect. All right. So that should get me more aluminum, hopefully relatively quickly. Because I don't think the aluminum would be too far down, right? Yeah, it's like right here, right? So that's cool. So it shouldn't take him long to get to that Y level and start getting me more aluminum. In the meantime, let's go back to our base. I love this Staff of Traveling. It's so nice to have again. Just get you around so much quicker, right? It's so nice. Can I have just like a couple more interfaces while I wait for more aluminum? 4? That's too many to ask for. 3. You can make me 3, right? Oh, that's right. No crafting CPUs for 3. It takes a lot of crafting CPU power to make these dudes, so you have to make 2 and then 1, and it splits the thing. All right, guys, we're back. So there's one more thing I want to do before we wrap up. I know we're getting to that point, right? But I want to do this thing, right? So I want to get this going because I want to show you the other part of this plan, right? So fluid extractors, right? These guys, these guys are cool, but I want to do something fancy with them, right? So you totally need an assembly machine. So I want to have this again. There's going to be a space and then the line. Right? And we're going to need a couple more of these cables. Did I put a... I did. And you two I could borrow. And once I clean up everything, it should be better. This is going to be an MV, but I don't want to... Well, I can mess with it right now, right? No, because it's going to break all the things on that line. And I want to finish this up. So for now, this will be this, and then we'll do that, right? So what I'm going to have is the assembly machine here. And I'm going to have the fluid extractor here. But check this out. This is one of the cool things you can do. You can use these things as covers, right? So you can see if you look at cover, you can use robotic arms as covers. You can use conveyor modules as covers. And you can use pumps as covers. And basically what this does is let you boop that. And then you can hit it with a screwdriver to configure it. So you can see it automatically exports or imports fluids. You can whitelist or blacklist the fluids that go in and out, and you can even set a fluid filter. We don't have to worry about that for this one, because what I'm going to do is we're going to do something with this. So let's get a crafting card, if I can. Yes, I can. Just need some wood. Cool. In fact, why don't I get a couple of these, because I think I'm going to actually need them. Cool. We're going to want an export bus, and I probably want another one to use, so give me another MV. And the export bus needs what? Aluminum plates times 2. So I'm going to want that. And then we're going to want soldering alloys. And we're also going to need polyvinyl chlorides, right? Because that's the other thing we need, I think. Or is it polyethylene sheets? What do the SMDs need? These guys, what do they need? They need polyethylene, not polyvinyl. Right, so we want polyethylene sheets. So those we don't have to request crafting on demand. They should always be kept in stock, FYI. So we don't need a crafting card in that one. But check this out, right? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to set you to do soldering alloys, right? So that if I connect you with the cabling, like the good kind that can connect to that thing, this kind, boom. And I'm going to just put, I don't want to waste too much right now, so I'm not going to put the crafting card in there, but if I put these guys in, they should export, right? So presumably, when I get the crafting card going, that should work. And it'll keep a backstuffing of soldering alloy in there at all times. Right? That'll fill up. Cool. Now, with the advanced assembly machine, now can I filter how much fluid gets put in there? I don't think I can. You can specify the output rate, but I don't think you can specify the amount to keep in. But look at this. If I put this here, he automatically gets the soldering alloy. Cool. Right? So there's your soldering alloy interface. Right? So then we can put this dude here and be groovy, right? So all I have to do is boop, boop, and boop, boop you. And then connect this guy up to the giant mess that is this whole system, and we should be cool, right? Now you need the program circuit in there, right? And you're going to be able to make all kinds of cool stuff with our soldering alloy, including some new things that we weren't able to craft before, like those blades for the pumps, right? Because soldering alloy is used for a bunch of things. So what I want to do is real quick, I want to steal these dudes right here. Cool. Am I good? I'm not really good. What do I got on me that I don't need? Polyethylene sheets? What I'll do is... Actually, we can probably trash can you. And you. And now we're cool? Yeah. Cool. So what I'm going to do is take a look at all the patterns that I have here. And if anything's saying, hey, put a polyethylene sheet in it, we can get rid of that. We don't need that no more, right? We do that, and then we save it, right? This one is not the case. This one says polyethylene sheets. We can save it, right? This one, nope. This one says tin ingot. We can save it. This one says tin ingot. We can save it. And this one says tin ingot. We can save it. Okay. And I don't think anything else needed tin. This needs polyethylene, so we'll remove it. Right. And this also lets us like kind of split this up a little bit, right? Because now we can have multiples of these. Polyethylene sheet, so we'll remove it. The SMD guys needed polyethylene and everything else didn't. And this guy can remove it, right? So that's cool, right? So these three plus this one needed polyethylene. I don't think this one did. Nah, he's cool, right? So what we're going to need is another fluid extractor and assembly machine to sit here and here, right? But for now, this guy can have all the recipes that are not polyethylene related, right? So you can have this one, you can have this one. I don't think the HV hull needed any fluids, right? No, he does need polyethylene. Okay, so I lied. How about LV machine casing? I don't know. Does this one need polyethylene, though? No. Okay, cool. So he, along with this row up here, all needs polyethylene, right? HV machine casing. You guys don't. Cool? So then what we're going to have eventually is another one here. We can have cabling between it. You guys go in there. And we're going to have an export bus sitting here. Exporting polyethylene sheets into a fluid extractor with a pump on the side feeding into that dude, right? Now, like a derp, I forgot to set the input and output of this machine. So I better do that. And then we're going to wrap up the episode. Allow input from output side. One of these days, I'll remember to do that. Today is not that day, I'm sorry to say. Nice. Cool. So between episodes, I'll make that. And I think this is going to be cool, right? We will have some pretty good stuff going on. So I need another fluid extractor. Advanced. Let's clear out all this stuff that I think I've pretty much made. And we're going to need another assembly machine, MV, right? So MV fluid extractor, MV assembly machine, those are the things that we're going to make right here in like moments, right? Yeah, fluid extractor, assembly machine. For now, Level 20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. I'm going to do more of this cleaning between episodes. So when I come back next episode, we should have a more organized basement, right? So I'll show you what I did then. For now, take it easy.